My name is Sarah Cordell, and my informative speech is called Endangered Species, Past, Present, and Future. The current rate of extinction is thought to be far greater than the expected natural rate, with many species going extinct before they have ever even been discovered. In turn, this means that current estimates suggest that a third of amphibians, a quarter of all mammals, and 1 in 8 birds are endangered in the world. According to the archive and my research, in simple terms, endangered species are at the brink of extinction now. Threatened species are likely to be at the brink in the near future. You must understand the causes and effects of endangered species, as well as simple steps you can take to decrease the rate of endangerment to species of an animal in order to improve our species, environment, and world. Without knowing what an endangered species is, what species are extinct, endangered, or in critical condition, why they are endangered, and what we can do to help, we are useless. So what exactly is endangered species? An endangered species is a species a species considered to be at risk of extinction. This means that there are so few left of their breed that they could disappear from the planet forever. Endangered species usually have a smaller declining population size, meaning factors such as habitat loss, hunting, disease, or climate change could cause them to disappear completely within our lifetimes. The most global and comprehensive system that determines the conservation status of each species is the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species. Species are assessed according to a number of different criteria, such as how many individuals there are and whether this number is in decline. Starting from the past, nearly 40 years ago, Congress made an unprecedented commitment to preserve all species by passing the Endangered Species Act, or known as the ESA. But first, Congress passed the Endangered Species Preservation Act in 1966. It provided a means for listing native animal species as endangered and giving them limited protection. The Departments of Interior, Agriculture, and Defense were to seek to protect listed species and, insofar as consistent with their primary purposes, preserve their habitats as such species. The Act also authorized the service to acquire land as habitat for endangered species. In 1969, Congress amended the Act to provide additional protection to species in danger of worldwide extinction by prohibiting their importation and subsequent sales in the United States. Later that year, Congress passed the Endangered Species Act of 1973, which replaced the above acts. According to the NOAA, or National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association, approximately 2,195 species are listed as endangered or threatened under the ESA. Of these species, about 635 foreign species are found only in areas outside of the U.S. and our waters. Now flash forward to present day, and our endangered species are still an issue that we are struggling with in this world. According to the World Wildlife Fund, some species that are commonly popular and known to be endangered include the giant panda, which have only a population of 1,600 pandas left in the world, and tigers, who have a population of 3,200 left in the world. Others who are less popular, but critically endangered, include the Amur leopard, black rhino, and cross river gorilla. In present day, with many of them being these animals face a large number of different threats, with many of them being a direct result of human activity. Some of the most common threats, according to the World Wildlife Fund, include habitat loss and habitat fragmentation, which happens as a direct result from the human population constantly requiring additional space and resources. Hunting and poaching is another way that species are endangered. A wide variety of animals have been hunted, fished, and now face possible extinction. Species, such as a tiger, are often hunted because they provide a resource, such as food or parts, which are used in traditional groups. Elephants are poached for their tusks and then are sold for the ivory trade. Invasive species are intentionally and accidentally introduced by humans to a wide variety of habitats, and sometimes prove highly adaptable and outcompete native species for resources. Animals that are captured and used for collections and for pet trade, sale, and use are taken from their natural habitats and almost always put into an environment that can harm or kill them or their species off. Although endangered species are still a rampant problem in our society, there are still many ways to contribute, help, or solve and save our future. To help endangered species, conservation is used. Conservation aims to protect the natural world and sustain biodiversity by carefully preserving and managing existing habitats and restoring areas which have been damaged or degraded. According to Archive, some commonly used conservation actions are as follows. Habitat preservation is the ideal solution to protect habitats before they are damaged. This can be achieved through the creation of national parks and marine protected areas. Also, anti-poaching measures are used in remote areas by hiring guards to protect endangered species such as the mountain gorilla and elephants from poachers. This can be a way of involving local communities in the protection of their wildlife and also spreading the word of endangered species. Now, this is where the outcome of our endangered species future is up to you. If the upper estimate of species numbers is true, that there are 100 million different species coexisting with us on our planet, then between 10,000 and 100,000 species are becoming extinct each year, according to the World Wildlife Fund. As we've learned today, endangered species and their possible extinction is a concerning problem for our world. You must understand the causes and effects of endangered species, as well as simple steps you can take to decrease the rate of endangerment to species of animals in order to improve our species, environment, and world. Without knowing what an endangered species is, what species are extinct, endangered, or in critical condition, why they are endangered, and what we can do to help, we are useless. But now that we have learned the basics about endangered species, we will help this cause, we will stop this extinction, and we will save our future. Thank you.